How's it going? I'm ready for bed. That's Dizzy. That's Whitney. We're the Bembridge Scholars. This is the International Brendan Fraser Film Festival of North Carolina.
Yes.
Coming to you live on this recording.
From North Carolina.
Yeah, internationally.
We're happy to have you on this Brendan Fraser train. We haven't talked about the train in a while. We like to look at this project as being on a train. A Brendan Fraser train, if you will. Going up, up, up the steep Fraser Mountain.
With some power sauce.
And what is at the top of this mountain?
Brendan.
Brendan himself. We're putting it out there. When we finish this project, we are going to meet him at the top of Fraser Mountain. Toot toot.
Oh, God.
We said that we would be watching The Quiet American. There has been a turn of events. If you've been with us since the beginning, you might remember our quest to find the film Guilty Until Proven Innocent. And we couldn't find it. We couldn't even find a copy on like an old recorded videotape. But thanks to a Brendan Fraser Facebook fan group that I happen to be a part of, I have discovered that it has recently been uploaded onto YouTube. And so
These people saved the day,
they
essentially.
saved the year.
So now you can watch this for free?
For free on YouTube. We will include the link in our description for this video. I would say watch it as soon as you can because you never know how long these videos are going to be available for. And that's why we decided to go ahead.
We both had a scratch on the left side.
Oh my
at
gosh,
the
what does
same
that mean?
time. I feel like it has something to do with the movie.
What if he has lice? Whitney, we could be psychics about this movie. And no one would ever suspect.
No one.
This is a television film from 1991, and it has two titles. So the first title is Guilty Until Proven Innocent, and then the other one is Presumed Guilty. He plays Bobby McLaughlin. I wonder if that's any relation to Sarah.
So do you think he's going to be innocent or guilty?
I think he's going to be innocent.
I think it's going to be questionable. All right, we need to just start this movie, Dizzy.
Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. And actually, in 5 seconds. I'm free!
This recording of the movie has the title Presumed Guilty.
Yes. So the general synopsis of this film is that Brendan Fraser plays Bobby McLaughlin. He's a foster kid, and Martin Sheen plays his foster father. And he is wrongly accused and convicted of a crime. His father's pretty convinced that he committed this murder. Their relationship begins to blossom a little bit.
It becomes his mission to prove that his son is innocent.
I don't even know if you know this about me. I do a lot of sewing for work. One of my favorite things to sew to is old made-for-TV movies that are now on YouTube. There is a fountain of these films on YouTube. I particularly love the overly dramatic and soapy Lifetime, this woman went crazy and then murdered everybody variety of movies.
Wow.
Raquel Welch, she did a lot of them. So this was just what I like to sew to. It has the aesthetic, it has the drama, it has the slightly cheesy acting. It was perfect.
I think it's the perfect movie to watch as you're doing something else.
Totally, yeah.
We think that this movie is based on a true story.
It is, according to Wikipedia. I have not done any reading into it, but the internet says it's based on a true story. And as we all know, if the internet says something is true, it's true.
It's got to be true.
It has to be.
I wouldn't say that the storyline, well, the way that it was presented, I wouldn't say is riveting. But
There were some lulls.
it actually is a really interesting case. Let's rate it.
Okay, let's do it. So the first category is emotional depth. I feel like he might have been holding back a little bit.
Yes, but I am going to say You know, if we had been watching this in order
That's true.
early on, he showed us a lot here.
He did. You're right. He did.
I'm not saying that I think this is the best of his ability.
This was a very impressive performance.
He
Given
gave-
the fact that before this he did Dogfight and Child of Darkness, where he basically just had a cameo.
Right. So he had to cry. I mean,
There was a lot of crying, too.
I thought he was fairly convincing.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how much I missed, like, vintage Brendan Fraser.
He's such a cutie.
He was so cute and so beautiful.
I know.
You know, before he started bulking up for the bigger, like, action movies.
I love how in prison at one point he's like lifting
Yeah,
weights and
his
stuff.
arms
He's
are like this big.
Well, they're bigger than mine.
He had a very realistic body in
Yeah,
this movie
I
for
appreciated it.
basically a kid who gets thrown in prison.
Man count. I didn't
pick up on any mams, no.
Comedic performance.
0.
I think that's a 0.
Yeah.
It's not. Best actor in a dramatic role.
For those of you who are just joining us, 5 means he has secured a nomination
Right.
for Best Actor in a dramatic role for, like, the Oscars. 10 is he has won.
And 9 is when he's like having to clap for the other winner.
Right, but, like, everyone in the audience is like,
He was robbed.
he was robbed.
But at 10 is he's giving the acceptance speech.
Yeah.
This isn't exactly an Oscar worthy movie, I would say, or an Oscar worthy role.
No.
But he did have to show us a lot. And in 1991, you know, at the very beginning of his acting career, this is a lot.
This is a lot, you're right.
3. I don't think it's quite a nomination, but
No, but
it's commendable.
He's working his way up. At least one member of the Academy was like, "Oh, I saw this movie on TV last night." And there was this really talented young man named Brendan Fraser.
Now, I'm not nominating that movie, but
I'm just keeping it in the noggin.
I'm going to look out for that one. Physical prowess and stunts.
I wrote down the weightlifting. There were a couple scenes. Also, there were some furious crunches.
Oh, yeah.
It was like he was angrily crunching. The speed at which he crunched,
The
those
intensity.
abs, the intensity,
Those were
the grunts.
really intense.
He was really working out some feelings with those crunches. Those were emotional crunches, Whitney.
And physical.
Have I ever done emotional crunches? Absolutely not.
Well,
Other than that, there was like a little bit of jogging in the beginning. We are just...
don't jinx it.
Okay.
Hair.
Long.
And
Like
I think
shaggy.
this is very much his natural hair.
Yes.
With no, how do I put this?
Enhancements.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking
Yeah,
for.
no enhancements.
And
this is just his hair.
I like it, and
Yeah.
I actually at one point, you know, it's a little bit long. Well, a couple times he had a little ponytail, but at one
Yeah,
point
like
the
the ponytail.
ponytail was a little bit longer, and I thought,
Yeah.
I'm actually totally cool with it.
Yeah, for a good bit of the movie, his hair is just kind of wild. It looks really soft.
It does look soft.
Straight. I mean, his hair obviously doesn't have a whole lot of natural, like, wave to it, which is really refreshing to see because I feel like in this day and age, they would definitely try to zhuzh it up a bit. And then there were some scenes where his hair was slicked back. It did.
So I actually didn't mind his hair. I liked it.
Yeah.
Of course, I love the sun-kissed highlights and stuff. But
Right.
but I like this. This is him just very
Yeah.
natural. I don't like it when it's all just slicked back and
Yeah, me neither.
plastered on his head.
No, I don't like that.
That's not my favorite look. However, when it wasn't styled that way, I thought it was really nice.
There was one part where his hair was off to the side, and he had a couple strands in his face, and I was like, that's really nice. It was too long in the back, but this is nothing new for that
It was.
era of Brendan Fraser. I almost did 3.
I just really liked the ponytail. All right, well, I'm cool with a 4.
Okay, let's do 4.
Hidden talents.
Brooklyn, like a New York
Oh, you're right.
Brooklyn accent. I'm not an expert on that region of
Right.
accents, so
And
I
I feel
don't
like
know how good it sounded.
In some ways, I think it came in and out a little bit.
It did, yeah.
There were some points where I was like, oh, there's an
Oh,
accent.
yeah. Oh, yeah, he does have an
I
accent.
see. And at some points, I didn't catch it. But,
Yeah.
But you know what? That is a talent.
It was an effort.
Yeah. That's a skill.
And that's a new accent of his that we haven't heard before. So,
I like it.
other than that, I don't really know if there were any hidden talents.
He did a lot of push-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Can we count that?
You know, yes, let's just count it. I'm feeling generous tonight.
So that's a 2.
Yeah.
Like I said, did you like that?
Yeah.
So that's a 2.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
Swoons.
Swoons. 0 swoons.
Yep. No. Temperature. I thought he looked good.
He did look really good, yeah. And I liked the realistic body.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go with 4.
All right. Dancing.
No dancing.
Unfortunately.
Not surprised, though.
No dancing in jail.
He wasn't doing the jailhouse rock?
He wasn't. Costumes. Okay, there was one. It was kind of a jail tracksuit or something.
It was yes, I wrote that down.
Jumpsuit.
Yeah, a jumpsuit, a brown jumpsuit, short sleeved.
Loved it. The sleeves were rolled up. The hair was good. Everything was good.
It was perfect. I loved that. And then I also really liked the look in the beginning. He was wearing an old hoodie and just a t-shirt, but he was wearing some sweatpants, but they were rolled up to right below his knee.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think at some point he had the sweatpants on with a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
It just looked really
And then
cash.
I noticed he rolled the waistband down.
Yes.
I really liked that. It reminded me of a dancer.
It was really nice that he didn't have to wear a bright orange.
When he was in the courthouse, he had like a really boxy, oversized, like light blue suit or something. It was fine. It wasn't great.
The suits weren't great.
But I really liked the rest of his outfits. They
Yeah, I
were
did too.
super casual, mostly neutral tones. I just liked the simplicity of it.
Well, and he looked good in them.
He looked great in
He
them.
looked comfortable
Yeah.
in jail.
As comfortable as one can be in there.
prison.
5. Notes?
I'm just going to say free at last.
Free on YouTube at last.
Free at last. That's good. Free on YouTube at last.
Yeah. Final score for presumed guilty, aka guilty until proven innocent, is
25.
25. It is 25. I'm really glad that we could finally see this movie. I enjoyed it, and
Is it
it's
everything
one
you
worth
hoped
watching.
for?
It's everything I expected. You know?
All right. I
Yeah.
think that's a good way to say it.
Yeah. In 2 weeks, we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming, and we will actually be watching The Quiet American, which is what we were supposed to watch today. Until next time,
Keep it scholarly.
keep it scholarly.